What is the structure of courts in India? इंडिया में कोर्ट्स का क्या स्ट्रक्चर है? There are 3 different levels of the court in our country. हमारी कंट्री में कोर्ट 3 लेवल्स पर है. There are several courts at the lower level while there is only one at the apex level. So बहुत सारे जो कोर्ट्स हैं वो बहुत लोअर लेवल पर है और यहाँ पर सिर्फ एक ही कोर्ट है जो कि एपेक्स लेवल यानी जो हाई लेवल पर है. द कोर्ट्स दैट मोस्ट पीपल इंटरैक्ट विद आर वॉट आर कॉल्ड द सबऑर्डिनेट और द डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट्स. एक ऐसा कोर्ट जहाँ पर बहुत सारे लोग इंटरैक्ट कर सकते हैं उसको हम डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट या तो फिर सबऑर्डिनेट्स बोलते हैं. These are usually at the district or the तहसील लेवल. ये या तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट में होते हैं या तो फिर किसी तहसील में. और इन द टाउन and they hear many kind of cases. और वो अलग अलग टाइप के केसेस को सुनते हैं. Each state is divided into the district that is presided over by the district judge. तो हर स्टेट को डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाइज डिवाइड किया गया है जिसको डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज वहाँ के प्रिसाइज करता है यानी वहाँ के डिसीजंस देखता है. Each state has a high court, which is highest court of that state. हर स्टेट का एक हाई कोर्ट होता है जो कि उस पूरे स्टेट की में सबसे बड़ा होता है. At the top is the Supreme Court और सबसे ऊपर होता है Supreme Court. That is located in New Delhi and is presided over by the Chief Justice of India. जो कि दिल्ली में है यानी जो हमारा सुप्रीम कोर्ट है वो दिल्ली में है और जो उसको प्रेसिडाइट करता है जिसके कंट्रोल में वो चीफ जस्टिस है इंडिया का. The decision made by the Supreme Court are binding on all other courts in India. जो डिसीजन सुप्रीम कोर्ट लेता है वो सारे कोर्ट्स इंडिया के जितने भी कोर्ट्स है सभी को फॉलो अप करना पड़ता है मतलब सभी को मानना पड़ता है. So the structure of the court from the lower to the highest level is such that the resemble a pyramid. यहाँ पर एक पिरामिड है तो यहाँ पर हमको अरेंज करना है from lower to highest level. Having read the description above, can you fill out which type of court would exist at the level in the different diagram? So here's a picture of High Court of Madras. High courts were first established in the third presidency city of Kolkata, Bombay and Madras in 1862. The High Court of Delhi came up in 1966. Currently, there are 25 high courts, while many states have their own high courts. Punjab and Haryana share a common high court at Chandigarh, and 4 northeastern states of Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, and Arunachal Pradesh have a common high court at Guwahati. Andhra Pradesh, Amravati, and Telangana, Hyderabad have a separate high court from 1st January 2019. Some high courts have the benches in other parts of the state for the greater accessibility. Are these different levels of courts connected to each other? Yes, they are. In India, we have an integrated judicial system, meaning that the decisions made by the high courts are binding on the lower courts. Another way to understand this integration is through the appellate system that exists in India. This means that a person can appeal to the higher court if they believe that the judgment passed through by the lower court is not just. अगर किसी पर्सन को ऐसा लगता है कि उसके फेवर में नहीं है, उसके मतलब अगर वो बिल्कुल सही है और उसके फेवर में डिसीजन नहीं लिया गया है तो वो हाई कोर्ट तक जाएगा। अगर डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट में उसने केस लगाया है, उसको वहाँ से कोई प्रॉपर रिस्पांस नहीं मिल रहा है, तो वो हाई कोर्ट जाएगा। अगर हाई कोर्ट में भी उसे कोई प्रॉपर रिस्पांस नहीं मिल रहा, देन ही विल गो टू डिस्ट्रिक्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट। So let us understand what we mean by the appellate system by taking a case State Delhi administration versus the Lakshman Kumar and other in 1985 from the lower court to Supreme Court। तो हम स्टोरी पढ़ेंगे लक्ष्मण कुमार की, कैसे वो लोअर कोर्ट से सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक गया। Here is a picture of High Court of Patna and High Court of Karnataka। So, in February 1980, Lakshman Kumar married 20 years old Sudha Goel and they live in a flat in Delhi with Lakshman's brother and the family। 1980 की बात फरवरी में लक्ष्मण कुमार ने 20 साल की लड़की सुधा गोयल से शादी करी। फिर वो दिल्ली में एक फ्लैट लेकर रहने लगे, उनके भाई लक्ष्मण अपने भाई के साथ, फैमिली के साथ। On 2 December 1980, Sudha died in the hospital due to burn। दिसंबर में सुधा मर गई क्योंकि वो जल गई थी। Her family filed a case in the court। तो उसकी फैमिली ने कोर्ट में केस किया सुधा की फैमिली में। When this case was heard in the trial court, 4 of her neighbors were called in as witness। तो जब ये कोर्ट ट्रायल कोर्ट में था तो 4 नेबर्स को बुलाया गया एज अ विटनेस। They stated that on night of December 1, they had heard Sudha scream and has forced this way into the Lakshman flat। There they saw the Sudha standing with her sari in the flame। He extinguished the fire by wrapping the Sudha in a gunny bag and a blanket। Sudha told them that her mother-in-law, Shukanlata, had poured the kerosene oil on her and that her husband Lakshman had lit the fire। तो वो लोग बोलते हैं कि जो उसकी मदर इन लॉ थी, सुधा ने बताया कि जो उसकी मदर इन लॉ यानी सास थी, उसने उसके ऊपर केरोसिन डाला और फिर उसके पति ने उसके ऊपर आग जला दी। During the trial, members of the Sudha's family and the neighbor stated that the Sudha has been subjected to torture by her in-laws and that was demanding more cash, a scooter and a fridge and the birth of the first child। तो सुधा के वो बोलती है कि उसके जो इन-लॉज थे, उसके ससुराल वाले थे, वो उसके पहले बच्चे पर डिमांड रखते थे कि उन्हें फ्रिज चाहिए, स्कूटर चाहिए, कैश चाहिए। As a part of this defense, Lakshman and his mother stated that the Sudha sari has accidentally caught fire while she was heating milk। तो लक्ष्मण ने अपने डिफेंस में बोला कि जब सुधा दूध गर्म कर रही थी तो एक्सीडेंटली अचानक से उसकी साड़ी में आग लग गई। On the basis of this and other evidence, the trial court convicted Lakshman his mother Shuklatala and his brother-in-law Subhash Chandra and sentenced all the 3 of them to death। In November 1983, the 3 accused went at the High Court to appeal against the verdict of the trial court। फिर नवंबर 1983 में वो हाई कोर्ट में गए। The High Court, after hearing the argument of all the lawyers, decided that the Sudha has died due to the accidental fire caused by the kerosene stove। Lakshman, Shuklatala and Subhash Chandra was acquitted। You may remember the photo essay on the women's movement in your class 7th book। You read about how in 1980 women's groups across the country spoke out against the Traore death। They protested against the failure of courts to bring these cases to judge। The above High Court judgment deeply troubled the women and they had domesticization and filed a separate appeal against this High Court decision in the Supreme Court through the Indian Federation of the Women Lawyer। In 1985, the Supreme Court heard this appeal against the acquittal of the Lakshman and the two members of his family. The Supreme Court heard the argument of the lawyers and reached a decision that was different from that of the High Court. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अलग डिसीजन लिया जो कि हाई कोर्ट से बिल्कुल अलग था. They found Lakshman and his mother guilty and acquitted in the brother-in-law Subhash because they did not have the enough evidence against him. The Supreme Court decided to send the accused to prison for life. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डिसाइड किया कि उनको उम्र कैद की सजा हो जाए. So the subordinate court is more commonly known by the different names. This includes the trial court or the court of the district judge, the additional session judge, chief judicial magistrate, metropolitan magistrate, and the civil judge. Here is a photo of district court complex in Namchi, South Sikkim. What are the different branches of the legal system? Legal system की अलग अलग branches कौन कौन से आते हैं? The above case of Rory death falls within what the considered a crime against society and a violation of the criminal law. तो जो ऊपर दहेज की वजह से जो डेथ हुई है वो एक क्राइम है सोसाइटी के अगेंस्ट. तो उसके लिए क्रिमिनल लॉ ने उन पर बहुत सारे रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस बनाए हैं. In addition to the criminal law, the legal system also deals with the civil law cases. You will read in chapter 4 of how a new civil law was passed in 2006 to protect the women against the democratic violence. Look at the following table to understand some of the significant differences between the criminal and the civil law. First is criminal law and the second column is civil law. First deals with conduct or act that the law defines as offenses. For example, theft, harassing a woman to bring more robbery, murder. Civil law deal with any harm or injury to right of an individual. For example, dispute relating to sale of the land, purchase of the goods, rent matter, and divorce cases. Second is, it is usually begins with the loading of an first information report (FIR) with the police who investigate the crime, after which a case is filed in the court. And the civil law, a petition has to be filed before the relevant court by the affected party only. In the rent matter, either the landlord or the tenant can file a case. Third is, if found guilty, the accused can be sent to jail and also be fined. And the civil law, the court gives the specific relief asked for. For instance, in a case between a landlord and a tenant, the court can order the flat to be vacant and the pending grant to be paid. Fill up the table given below based on what do you understand about the criminal and the civil law. Description of violation, branch of law, and the procedure to be followed. A group of girls are persistently harassed by a group of boys while walking to school. Branch of law, कौन से ब्रांच का ये कानून है और इसमें क्या प्रोसीजर है. A tenant who is being forced to move out files a case in the court against the landlords. अगर बच्चों आपको इसके आंसर्स नहीं आ रहे हैं तो आप मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में कमेंट करके बता सकते हैं. I will help you to solving this each and every questions of this chapter, and if you know the answers, then also you have to write the answer and you have to comment in comment section and along with your name, so that I will check the answer will be correct or not. If you don't know the answer, then also connect, so I will make a new video on the answers of this chapter. Does everyone have access to the court? क्या सभी के पास पूरा हक है कि वो कोर्ट जा सकते हैं? In principle, All citizens of India can access the court in this country. इंडिया के लॉ के अकॉर्डिंग कि सारे सिटीज़न जो भी यहाँ के वासी है, भारतवासी है, सभी को पूरा हक बनता है कि वो कोर्ट में जाए. दिस इम्प्लाइज दैट एवरी सिटीज़न हैज़ अ राइट टू जस्टिस थ्रू द कोर्ट. इसका मतलब ये है कि सभी सिटीजन्स के पास, सभी देशवासियों के पास पूरा हक है कि वो देश के किसी भी कोर्ट में जाकर अपने हक की मांग करें. As you read earlier, the courts play a significant role in protesting our fundamental rights. If any citizen believes that their rights are being violated, then they can approach the court for the justice to be done. While the courts are available for all, in reality, access to the courts has been difficult for a vast majority of the poor in India. Legal procedure involve a lot of money and a paperwork as well as to take up a lot of time for a poor person who cannot read and whose family depends on a daily wages. The idea of going the court to get the justice often seems remote. On response to this, the Supreme Court in the early 1980s devised a mechanism of the public interest litigation on the PIL to increase access to justice. It allows an individual or the organization to file a PIL, public interest litigation, in the High Court or the Supreme Court on behalf of those whose right was being violated. The legal process was greatly simplified, and even a letter or a telegram addressed to the Supreme Court or the High Court could be treated as a PIL. In the early year, PIL was used to secure the justice on a large number of issues such as the rescuing bonded labor from the inhuman work conditions and securing the release of prisoners in Bihar who had been kept in the jail even after their punishment term was complete. Did you know that the midday meal that the children now receive in the government, and the government added the school in the because of a PIL, public interest litigation. See the photo on the right and read the text below to understand how this came about. Photo 1. In 2001, the drought in Rajasthan and the Odisha means that the millions face an acute shortage of food. 2001 में जब ड्रॉट आया था, सूखा पड़ गया था राजस्थान और उड़ीसा में, तो बहुत से लोगों को एक्यूट शॉर्टेज हुई थी खाने की. Photo 2. Meanwhile, the government godowns were full of grain. Often this was being eaten away by the rats. So second में है कि गवर्नमेंट के जो गोडाउन्स थे वो पूरे भर गए थे ग्रेन से, अनाज से, तो उस वजह से चूहों ने वहाँ पर हमला मोड़ लिया, खाना खाने लगे. Photo 3. In this situation of hunger, amidst the plenty of an organization called the People Union of the Civil Liberties or the PUCL filed a PIL on the Supreme Court. It stated that the fundamental rights to life granted in Article 21 of the Constitution included the right to food. The state's excuse that it did not have an accurate funds was shown to be the wrong because the godown was overflowing with grains. The Supreme Court ruled that the state has a duty to provide the food to all. तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला कि स्टेट की, उस राज्य की ड्यूटी है कि वो खाना सभी तक पहुंचाए. And in the photo 4, it therefore directed the government to provide more employment, to provide the food at the cheaper price through the government ration shop and provide the midday meal to children. It also appointed 2 food commissioners to report on the implementation of the government schemes. For the common people, access to the court is access to justice. The court exercises a crucial role in interpreting the fundamental rights of the citizen. As you see, So in the above case, the court interpreted the article number 21 of the Constitution on the right to life to include the right to food. They therefore ordered the state to take the certain steps to provide the food to all, including the midday meal scheme. However, there are also the court judgment that the people believe work against the best interest of the common person. For example, activists who work on the issue concerning the right to shelter and housing for the poor believe that the recent judgment on the eviction are the far cry from the earlier judgment, while recent judgments tend to view the slum traveler as the encroacher in the city. Earlier judgment, like the 1985 Ogla Tallis versus the Bombay Municipal Corporation, has tried to protect the livelihood of the slum dweller. Another issue that affects the common people access to justice is the inordinately long number of years that the courts has to hear a case. The phrase court delay is justice denied is often used to characterize this extreme time period that the court takes. Number of judges in India. Supreme Court Sectional strength 31, working strength 28 and vacancy 3. Section B High Court sectional strength 1079, working strength 645 and vacancy is 434. And the district and the subordinate courts sectional strength 22,644, working strength 17,509 and vacancy 5,135. It is the data in A and B as November 1, 2018 and in the C as in the September 2018. However, in spite of this, there is no denying that the judicial has played a crucial role in the democratic government, serving as a check on the power of the executive and the legislature as well as the protecting the fundamental rights of the citizen. The members of the Constitution Assembly has quite collectively envisioned a system of court with an independent judiciary as a key feature of a democracy. So, discuss the impact of the shortage of judges on the delivery of justice to the litigants. Bachcho, I hope you understand each and every topic. And if you have any query related to this chapter or any video, then comment in comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.